Hi, I'm Cindy.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. And today we are doing another feeding frenzy for the Master Key system. This is section 1 or part 1, day 8?
8,
I
think. The world without is a reflection of the world within. What appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. If we recognize these potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without. You read it again?
Yeah, read it again.
The world without is a reflection of the world within. What appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. If we recognize these potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without.
I believe that, do you?
Yes. So, the world without is a reflection of the world within. What does that mean to you?
It means to me, very simply, that I create the reality I'm in. Based upon what I think and focus on, or dwell on, so to speak. I find myself in a positive environment if I am positive. I find myself in a negative environment if I'm remaining negative. If I have a specific desire that I'm working towards, then my steps will be in that direction, and I will see it manifest.
So what's going on around me, outside of me, is also what's going on inside of me.
A reflection of it, yes.
Okay. So, what appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply of all that is necessary. All of those are capitalized. Infinite wisdom is capitalized, infinite power is capitalized, and infinite supply is capitalized, of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression.
We have talked before about whenever an author uses terms and decides to capitalize them, then we can very easily replace those with God or universe or higher power or spirit or energy or love or whatever it is that you call that power within, that wisdom within, that piece of us that is all knowledge and all knowing and all our answers.
So if I replace this with God, it says, in the world within may be found infinite God of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. So we could replace that with infinite God or infinite energy or infinite love or whatever, or higher power.
We've also found, especially when we did that 40-day prosperity plan, that replacing those with terms that have a different meaning, like replacing infinite power with the word God or the word love or the word energy, also had different meanings to it too, and it had a different perspective or a different spin.
So, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that God resides within and is just waiting?
Yeah. Yeah. And these describe the attributes of God as wisdom, power, and supply. So that's comforting to know that all the wisdom is already there and that we really know everything. It's just a matter of discovering that truth. And that we have all power. And I'm just beginning to realize that more and more. And I think a lot of it's because we've been studying this, is to realize that we have the power to do anything we want to do. Or have anything we want to have. Or be anything we want to be. We have it within us. It's just a matter of aligning with it and finding it.
Okay, so I'm going to pose this question then. If we believe that the Spirit of God and all that God is resides within, and all we need to do is get in alignment with it, then how do you explain that statement that it's talking about there, that it's just waiting? Well, so I guess what I'm asking is, what does it mean to you to be in the flow then?
In alignment with it. You know, we talked before, I don't remember if it was in this videos or before on the 40-day, but we've talked before about the answers are already there.
Mm-hmm.
What we want is already there. It's a matter of getting in alignment with it and getting everything else out of the way, getting me out of the way, getting all the old programs that are stored up here out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
getting all my preconceived ideas and my fears and my baggage and everything else out of the way enough to see and to get to
Mhm.
the solution that's already there, or the manifestation that's already out there.
When I'm thinking about the flow and getting out of the way of the flow, I'm thinking about all of those little things that I put in front of me, whether it's a fear of, or a consciousness of a lack of, or I don't have enough of, or I can't do this. Then I see myself as building a dam in the flow that is still moving, but
So that
everything
goes
that I
around you.
put in front of me places another stick in that dam. And so I cause the flow to move around me, perhaps. It's not not that I've gotten out of the way, but I've put I put things in the way of that
Right.
flow. So it doesn't stop the flow.
No, if it doesn't hit you, it's going to hit somebody else.
Right. But
Right.
it will I will simply redirect it
Right.
based upon what I'm putting in front of me. And
Right.
so when I'm thinking about getting myself out of the way, I'm thinking about removing some of those sticks out of the dam that I've built.
So then that hits you.
So that it
instead of going
hits me
around.
more directly.
And you don't see that.
Right. I don't have to move into the flow if I remove what I've built the dam with.
Yeah.
See? Otherwise, I think, yeah. And so when I see the flow working or feel it hit me, then I realize, oh, okay, I've moved out of the way of my dam.
Right. Right.
Or I've removed a couple of sticks in order to allow that to
Right.
come more
Good
head
analogy.
on.
I've heard Abraham Hicks talk about it as when you're in the flow. Well, when you're out of the flow, you're going upstream. You're trying to paddle upstream, and when you're in the flow, you just let go, and then
You flow with the
you're
current.
with the flow.
Yeah.
And then it also reminded me of, I don't know who it was or where I heard this, but somebody was on one of those Vision Quest things where they had a tent in the middle of nowhere for so long, and they were sitting there. It started to rain, and it came to them as they watched the rain hit their tent that, you know, the rain's going to fall. The stuff is going to come to us. But if we're building tents over us, and that reminded me of you talking about building the dam. If we're building the tents, that rain's still going to fall on something else, somewhere else. So he was thinking of money, and money falling on him. It can't hit him if he's built a tent. But it's going to roll off of that and hit somebody else.
Yeah,
And
good
so,
analogy, yeah.
you know, I want to sit under next to the people who built the tent. Let it roll on me.
Let it roll on me, yeah. Exactly.
If we recognize these potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without. What is that saying to you?
Well, I can't pay attention to anything if I don't know it's there, first of all. Just like we were telling the kids the other day, we can't fix a problem if we don't know what the problem is.
Right.
So the first step, obviously, is awareness of it. And once I have awareness of it, then I can redirect my focus to it. Once I have awareness. So I can begin to understand how that flow works. You know, I didn't know I was building a dam until I understood that there's an actual flow. And that I'm in the flow.
And that you're building a dam.
And that I'm building a dam. So that one understanding that there is a flow leads to what is, you know, the question, what is my role? Or where am I at in this flow? You know, which leads to another question, which leads to the answer of how to.
Right. I've
Get
heard
to
that
it.
we should live in the question. Always be asking the question instead of just living in the statements. Of, I believe this and I believe that. No. Why does this happen? No. If we recognize these potentialities, I think that's saying if we recognize the wisdom, unlimited, infinite wisdom that we have, and the power and the supply that we have inside of us, then we're going to, all these things that we have are going to take form because it's a reflection of what's
Right.
going on inside.
Right.
So we just have to recognize that and believe, I think, that we have all wisdom, all power and all supply.
Mhm.
And if we believe that God is in here, then that makes it easier for me to say that I have all those attributes inside of me, and if I pay attention to them, then I can have all that out here.
Right.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Shreen,